I feel like Black Ops 7 is a definite downgrade from what we can see from Becca this video. It is very obvious that the effort they have put in have took for granted, and this is no excuse as Modern Warfare 1 is already a few years old now. Isn't it already 5 years old? So Remake 1 is from 2016, so the remastered, well, what we are seeing now is like 2019, right? So this is literally 5-6 years of technological advances, and what we are simply seeing is just a very, very big difference, a very obvious one at that. And it makes me kind of sad to see what Call of Duty has become. It's basically taking its audience for granted at this point. And again, this could be a big risk where they could really double down and use that money they got from skins and different factors and the big Activision Xbox deal. They could reinvest that and make some sort of a drone swarm, for example, a remake of that, like in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Or they could just double down on how, make a perfect story at that matter, not just for single player, but also for multiplayer, make tons of factors. And maybe there's something I'm missing here because the game is not fully out there. But at this point, it's very obvious that Modern Warfare is the breakthrough game for Call of Duty, and that's why they put so much effort into it, and it's also worked by different people. But this is really no excuse for adding like the water graphics, which could have been improved at this point, but are instead like reusing assets or using the same engine, and this will very obviously affect their sales as well.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Sniper 4-3 established on station, fangs out.
I need close air support, now!
Hunter 2-3 on station, weapons hot. Visual on target, engaging.
Adios, Pajua!
Target spotted, moving to engage.
So yeah, you get the pretty clear idea here that the technology is here, but I feel like the developers have took this here for granted, or they're secretly focusing on Modern Warfare 4 or a different project. For example, an upgrade to Warzone. And a lot of this staff has not been working on the new Black Ops 7 because they're expecting people to buy it anyway. But especially when they would be expecting for Battlefield 2025 to release, wouldn't that mean that you should upload a 10 times better game? And this is where I really feel they got caught off guard with so-called, pants down, basically, as they say it. Because this is where Battlefield 6 really blew their minds, especially because it's releasing a month earlier. So I guess it's more ready since it's been preparing for 4 years. Because this was their little last chance to enter back into the game to do a good studio. And they could have killed its competitor. They could have destroyed Battlefield at this point if they made a big effort and actually put all into marketing, into the game. Battlefield 6 would be the last Battlefield. Literally, they failed on Battlefield 5. They failed on Battlefield 2042. They made Battlefield 1 a success, but not nearly what they wanted. So here we are, 10 years later, and they could have killed their only big competitor, dominate the market, but instead you're here telling me, okay, this is the best we could have done. And I feel like this is really sad and an unfortunate point for Call of Duty, and I feel like they could still turn it around next year, but it's very obvious that the last 5 years have not been perfect for COD. Something has happened, and they're making a lot of money. It's not like it's a small game studio. They have much, much more money than Battlefield 6, and this is something that frustrates me a little bit. So much money, you could literally hire the best designers in the world, the best graphic artists. I feel like people would even work for free just to build their portfolio. You could probably get 1,000 people for free to work on Call of Duty, but yet here we are, and there's a lot of stuff that has been mismanaged, such as marketing. The marketing is completely off, and people have basically lost trust. People are saying, we're just complaining about Call of Duty, but the actual thing that has been an issue with is much ongoing, and people are starting to become very vocal about it because, if it happens for one game like Call of Duty Ghosts, we understand it's a big problem, but this has been happening for many years. So what do you guys think?